Hello, we are from Group 5 here to present Cybersecurity case study. My name is Arif Ikwan, my matrix number is 10DIT24F1133. So, the introduction. The objective here is to develop a robust risk management plan for cyber fraud technologies. The focus areas are risk identification and analysis. Identify critical assets like potential risk, threats, and vulnerabilities. Information assurance or IA methodology. Apply the 5 pillars, which are confidentiality, integrity, availability, authentication, and non-repudiation. PDCA model for risk management, which is we need to implement a continuous improvement cycle, which are plan, do, check, and act. The goal here is to strengthen cybersecurity posture, ensure business continuity, and maintain regulatory compliance. So, first, to build a risk management plan. The vision is to effectively build a risk management plan for cyber fraud technologies. The first important step is a comprehensive risk identification and analysis. Below is a step-by-step method tailored to cyber fraud's situation. Let's go.
Good morning everybody, my name is Fazin Fikri Birosdi, matric number is 10DIT24F1216 from DIT2C. And today I will be talking about our company, Cyber Frauds, Asset Identification and Risk Identification. Okay, for asset identification, there are customer data, proprietary software, cloud infrastructure, employee device, credentials and access tokens, and lastly backups and archives. Customer data, personally identifiable information, financially data and usable logs. Proprietary software, which is source code, internal tools and custom cloud service computation. Cloud infrastructure, servers, virtual machines, containers, database and network architecture. Employee devices, which is laptops, mobile devices and endpoints accessed for cloud services. For credentials and access tokens, there are SSH keys, API keys and login credentials. And lastly, for backup and archives, that data are stored for redundancy and disaster recovery. And now for risk identification, some examples include unauthorized access, which is obtained using poor passwords or improperly configured access controls. Secondly, data breaches, which is unauthorized leakage or theft of customer data by external or internal entities. And then there's service disruption, which is outage due to DDoS attacks or hardware failure. And then there's legal or compliance risk, which is failure to comply with Data Protection Act (GDPR). And lastly, there's reputation damage, which is the loss of client confidence on the basis of poor security, behavior, or published incidents.
Hello everyone, welcome to this short video presentation on threat identification. Today we will take a closer look at the potential internal and external threat that can exploit the vulnerability in an organization system. Let's start with external threat. These are threats that come from outside the organization and can be extremely dangerous. Hacker perform target attack with attacker often using phishing email or ransomware to gain unauthorized access and compromise critical system. Second, we have a competitor engaging in industrial espionage. Some competition might go as far as stealing sensitive data or trade secret to gain an unfair advantage in market. Nation-state attacker, these are highly skilled group backed by government, often exploiting vulnerability in cloud infrastructure to steal data or disrupt service. Now let's talk about internal threat. This originates from within the organization and can be just as harmful. First, we have a malicious insider, basically employee or contractor who intentionally cause harm, often due to dissatisfaction or personal gain. Inattentive staff. Sometimes employees simply are not aware of security protocol. Their lack of awareness can open door to attacker without them even realizing it. Accidentally data disclosure. Even well-meaning employees that occasionally share confidential information leading to unintentional breach. Understand both internal and external threat is the first step in strategy of our organization security posture. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and always follow best practice to keep your data safe. On vulnerable identification, knowing where your system is weak help you defend it better. I break it down into three main categories: technical, organizational, and process vulnerability. First up, technical vulnerability. These are weaknesses in your IT infrastructure that can be exploited by attackers. First, outdated or unpatched software and systems. When your system are not updated regularly, no flaws remain exposed and giving attacker easy access. Second, misconfigure cloud storage. Publicly exposed cloud packet like S3 can leak sensitive data if not set up securely. The third one is a weak encryption practice. Without strong encryption, data can be intercepted or tampered with during transmission or So next, let's look at organization vulnerability. Gaps in company culture, policy, and structure. Lack of security training. When employees are not trained, they become easy target for phishing and social engineering. Weak access control. Without proper access restriction, sensitive data can be accessed by unauthorized individuals. No incident response or monitoring plan. If there is no plan in place, attacks go undetected and damage takes longer to control. Finally, let's talk about process vulnerability. Issue is in how information is handled day to day. This organization data handling. When data isn't handled consistently, it's easier for mistake or breach to occur. Poor backup or recovery. Without reliable backup, data loss from cyber attack or disaster can be permanent. No third-party risk management. Vendor or partner may introduce vulnerability if they're not properly assessed. So, identifying vulnerable is key to defending against threat, whether it's your software, your people, or your process. Every weakness is an opportunity for attacker, so stay proactive and patch those gaps before they become problem. Thank you.
My name is Muhammad Ali Zuddin and my metric number is 108024F1147. Today I will talk about information assurance methodology. So information assurance methodology is a planned approach used to manage risk relating to use processing, storage and transmission of the information or data. It ensures system and information are secure, reliable and available, especially in regard to threats and attacks. Information assurance involves a combination of policies, process, technologies and training for the protection of information assets while ensuring business continuity. For cyber fraud, the use of IA is to proactively safeguard its cyber infrastructure, find vulnerabilities and implement controls in alignment with organization goals and regulatory requirement. Next is 5 pillars of information assurance and the application. Okay, first is confidentiality. It's maintaining the data reachable just for authorized user. So what we do to the cyberfort? Okay, cyberfort must utilize encryption, access controls, and user authentication system to prevent authorized data access. Second is integrity, making sure data is correct, complete, and not altered. So application for cyberfort. Cyberfort has to use hashing, audit trails, and version controls in order to detect and prevent data tampering. Okay. Number 3, availability, making system and data accessible when they are required. So, what they do to cyberfort? Okay, use redundancy, failover, and schedule maintenance to keep system online in periods of high use of failures. Number 4, authentication, verifying the identity of users and system. Okay. What the application to cyberfort? Okay, cyberfort must use multi-factor authentication and identify management to verify who is accessing what resources. Number 5, non-repudiation, ensuring what a system or user can deny the authenticity of a transaction. Application to cyberfort is there must be digital signatures and audit trails so that cyberfort is can track our activity and hold users accountable. Next is applying PDCA. Okay, PDCA model is continuous improvement cycle that allow organization to refine and enhance process over time. For cyberfort risk management, PDCA ensures proactive and ongoing security improvement. So there are 4 PDCA phase, 4 definition and 4 application at cyberfort. First thing is the first phase is plan. Okay, they identify security risk, set objective, and develop strategies. So what they apply to cyberfort? Okay, they conduct risk assessment, create security policies, and define mitigation plans. Next phase is do. Okay, they implement the planned security measures and controls. Okay, they deploy firewalls, encryption, access control, and training program. Okay, next is check. They monitor and review the effectiveness of controls and policies. Okay, so for application to cyberfort, they perform audits, penetration, testing, and review logs for anomalies. Okay. Lastly is act. Okay, they improve based on the findings from the check phase. Okay. What they do at cyberfort, they update the security protocols, patch vulnerabilities, and refine response plans.